All right, what's good, guys? Uh, I'm feeling so full. I'm feeling so full. So I did the carnivore diet for like 3 weeks, and then I failed because I just actually it started with me doing this like oxtail soup with some added beef tallow. And I think I had too much fat because I just started vomiting like so much. I just kept puking and puking. And then afterwards, I just felt like shit. I couldn't stomach anymore. I still have it, in the fridge, just like now, 2 days later. And I should throw it out, but I haven't done it because I'm lazy like that. But so the next day I was at work, and I really, really, really needed some energy because I was spent. So I had an apple, and then I had a mango, and then after that I went to a restaurant and I had a 3 course meal. I had like I actually had beef tartare as the pre-course with the what do you say, precursor, the appetizer, right? Uh, but it had some potato chips, mixed in, and some things that weren't carnivore. But it was delicious. Like it was so good. Like I thing is, I didn't really savor it because I was on the phone, so I just inhaled it in like a minute. So then I had a pizza. It was the same there. It was so good. I was drooling, but I just ate it, and like I've never had a pizza that fast before. Like it was gone just like that. And then I had a dessert, soft serve ice cream with raspberry and some sea salt and olive oil, and it was delicious. Like really, it was really good. And then just like that, I was back on the carbs, and I haven't. It feels good. It feels good. I'm not planning on going back to carnivore uh, too soon. Like I'm going away to school now this August. And I'm not gonna serve my own food. Like food is served at the school. So I don't think that it's gonna be too easy to do the diet, and I'm just not gonna be able to stomach the change in diet, because the next day, after eating the carbs, I had a great day. I had so much energy. I had so much energy, and I felt good, energetic. I felt like my soul returned to me, Uh, and I can't, because the school I'm going to is gonna be like a practical, like it's a health coach, sorry, for a year. So we're gonna be working out a lot every day, and I'm not gonna have like there's no fucking way that I'm gonna be on no carbs starting out with school, and even if I did switch to carnivore, like as they say, it's probably gonna take me a few months to adjust to the diet, and that just it doesn't seem like a good time to me, so if I do start with a carnivore diet again, I'm gonna come back to it at a later date. uh, But when I did start eating carbs, like the first few days, I felt good, and I didn't really notice any change, in my weight, because I did lose a lot of weight when I was on the carnivore diet. So I felt great, I had a lot of energy, like my energy was back. I could definitely tell like the difference between energy from carbs and from ketosis, and I was a lot more amped. Almost felt like I did a small line of coke or something like that, because I was buzzing, like I was yeah, I was buzzing. I had a lot of energy, and yeah. But a week or so after I started eating carbs again, I went back. I went to my mom's place, and when I was there, I just threw everything about diet, and a lot of my daily routines out the window. And she was making this honey bread, and I was eating like a loaf a day. Like I was eating so much bread, so much carbs, so much junk. I had some candy, and some sugary drinks and some beers, and you know I gained a lot of weight. I gained. It felt like I gained, all of the weight that I lost during the carnivore diet. I got so bloated, and I got back home, I just felt like shit. Um, but now I'm thinking, I'm just gonna cut back on some carbs because like the most important part for me is my breakfast. My smoothie. I want to get my oats. With my frozen fruits, some milk, some honey, some walnuts, some coconut fat. That's my go-to breakfast, and it's the only breakfast I've ever really liked because I'm not a breakfast guy. But it's tasty. It keeps me full during work, and it's pretty like yeah, it's pretty healthy, right? I mean, it's just like yeah, it's a healthy breakfast. I mean, compared to what I've eaten before, depending on your dietary needs, I guess. So that's what I did today, and the day before that, I just had my carb breakfast, my smoothie, with the fruits, and then now I just had one more meal, and I just made it. It does have carbs, but I just made like a bolognese, like a grounded beef sauce, with tomatoes, some onions, some mushrooms, some cooking wine, and some spices, and I just had like a big bowl of that with some eggs, with 7 eggs in it. So I mean, I didn't count exactly, but I'm guessing that it's at least I think it's about 1,300 calories or so, because I think it should have like 250, maybe more, 300 grams, 250 grams of ground beef. I had a lot of beef tallow in it, and the rest isn't that much, but just that gets up to amount, and then it's just some extra, right? And I feel very full now, very satiated. I think I'm gonna get sugar craving later on because last night I definitely had a sugar craving. I did, have some. I blended some uh, frozen fruits with some milk. I think I had almond milk last night and some honey. And it was really tasty. But I'm gonna try not to do that tonight, and I'm just gonna try it for a while to just be conscious, about what I eat. Consciously not eating carbs, and I don't think that will be a problem. I just don't have to be as strict because I think that was like the hardest part for me about the carnivore diet. I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't eat anything, and it felt like I was in a prison of sorts, or I was in some kind of military, like super strict. Nah, man. No spices, like no fruits, like no. I wasn't eating dairy, Uh, so I think I'm just gonna be more conscious with with my diet, and just think of it as a scale, and assume that previously I just ate too much carbs, like I just had too many carbs, and now I'm gonna try to balance it out to the amount that feels best for my body, like do some experimenting, and really see what works for me. uh yeah, it's gonna be nice because I did notice like yesterday when I was jogging, I noticed that I got some aches in my knee started feeling kind of bad, and that's one thing that I loved about the carnivore diet is that when I started it, my knee pain was gone. Because I usually had some issues with my knees, and sometimes a lot of the times like a pressure like in my head, a headache of some sorts, and that was greatly that it almost just vanished just a couple of days after starting the carnivore diet. I got more relaxed, and my knee pain was gone. Even though I didn't have any much as much energy, I was out running, doing intervals, like sprinting, and it was gone. So now just trying to get. I'm gonna try to get that part of the carnivore diet back, but using carbs as a fuel source. So I'm hoping that this will go good. Yeah, I think it will. I'm optimistic. I'm looking forward to this. I think it will go pretty smoothly. I'm definitely gonna have some sugar cravings, like for sure, because I love carbs and I love sugar. So it's not gonna be smooth sailing. Like I'm so full right now. Like I've been laying on my bed, and almost in pain, because I've had, I had so much food. Uh, but still, at the same time, I definitely down some frozen fruit with some honey and milk now, like a smoothie, sorbet smoothie type of sorts. I mean, that sounds delicious. I'm gonna try not to. I would still have some more bolognese, which I'll fill up with if I feel hungry. But now it's pretty late. It's 9:30 p.m. So I think I managed, because I'm still really full. Um, yeah. Peace out, guys. Please like and subscribe the video. If you guys have any tips or anything, please let me know.